So right in front of me is the all-new MacBook Air, which with no doubt is a true game changer. So buckle up because we're gonna start right out with the unboxing. Okay, so the box itself looks pretty luxurious and premium, and we have like kind of like sliders which when opened kind of like unlocks the box, and after opening that up we have the MacBook covered in like a paper and plastic mixture or something, and inside that we have our midnight black MacBook, pretty cool, shining, awesome. And then after looking that for a bit, after taking that away, we have a couple of instructions, texts and stickers and stuff. And then we have our little charger, which is a USB type C to MagSafe magnetic charger. And then we have our extremely big 30-watt power brick. So now let's go to the specs of this device a little bit. So we have an 8-core GPU in this one, and we have 4 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores in this one, which means it will make it a lot easier for me to edit probably. And I have actually started editing with this one a little bit, and it seems to have no problem. And so I'm gonna be editing this very video with this very MacBook, so I guess it's gonna have no problem at all. Until now I haven't recognized a single lag in this device. And we have an 8-core GPU option and a 10-core GPU option as well, and we have 8 GB RAM in this one, which is actually pretty fast and probably enough for most people, and I think it's very enough for me. And then we have a 256 GB and a 512 GB storage option. And about the camera, actually the camera is actually something that I don't think is very good at this. So we have a 1080p camera. Okay, so the audio on this is actually pretty good, but the video on this is not that good, not really. But the image or video that we can get from this is still very grainy, and it's not that good, but it is, we can actually view and see the things from it, but I don't think it is a very good clarity one. Okay, so now let us look at the physical features of this device a little bit. So I'm just gonna close it for that. And so first of all, we have the midnight black color, which is, I think they're doing this for the first time, and I really like it. And then what we can see is this is a very fingerprint absorbing surface, and then we have this Apple logo with kind of like a mirror on it, and that looks pretty good. And then we have like these rubbers on the back of it, and then we have, I think they're rubbers, and then we have like this position, you can open it easily. And then coming to this side, we have these 2 Thunderbolt ports, and then we have this MagSafe charging port, and over this side we have a 3.5mm headphone jack. And I guess okay, we do have a 3 or 4 ports actually, but I think that is very low, because like this is a laptop and we might want to plug in an SD card, we might want to plug in a normal USB, and we might want to do a lot of those things, but we do not have that much ports. And opening it is actually very simple. You can just open it, you don't have to like hold it here, but we do have a tendency to hold it here, but you don't really have to. And then we have a camera over here, and we do have the notch over here. I think they just couldn't get enough by giving a notch on the iPhone, so they like gave it on the MacBook as well. So maybe, I don't know, maybe next we are gonna have a notch on the Apple Watch, on the AirPods, and maybe even on the iPad and stuff. But yeah, but many of the apps actually kind of act like there isn't a notch on this device. And so the notch is actually not really recognizable in apps like the notes, the quick notes maybe. So notch doesn't make that much of a problem, and even the mouse point acts as if there was in the notch. It just goes behind the notch. It can go behind the notch, like it goes under the camera if you want. So that is like a good feature, I think. And I think like giving a notch on a MacBook like gives a feel that that is a MacBook. It is almost clearly understood, because I don't think any other companies are gonna give a notch on laptop. But yeah, I do like the notch on this thing, but not that much on an iPhone. Okay, so now let's talk about the keyboard and mouse on this. So the keyboard is actually a little hard, but they do feel really good, and they don't make much of a noise. And the mouse, at first I thought like it was a little hard, I think, but now it doesn't feel like it at all. Like it has been a few hours since I've unboxed this, and now it doesn't feel like it anymore. And I think this time they have actually used physical buttons instead of haptics, because I do think like I can see the button going down, and I also tried it with close, and then also it worked. And the touch ID button, you can use it to like lock your device, not close, like lock your device. Okay, so now let's talk about these, the power brick and the charger. So we do get a charger in the box, which I guess is surprising from Apple. And so this is an extremely long charger, which is actually needed for a laptop. And this does look like it's a charger of an iPhone or iPad maybe, but it isn't. And then we have this magnetic charging, which is very, very strong magnet, I think. We can't like easily take it off if we are pulling it, but we can easily take it out if we are pulling it up. So that's actually a very good feature, because I think like if we were to like, this is like this and this goes like this, someone steps on it or someone pulls on it accidentally, then this should probably just get out of it, but I'm not ready to try it. And so I think this is the first time they're doing it, like the laptop and the charger are coming in the same color, which is cool. And this ends and the power brick are not of the same color. And first of all, I was like, they should have gave it like that, but I think this is better, because like it looks better like this, I think. And this is a 30-watt power brick, and we do have other options as well, and you can get a double ported power brick as well. And we can actually get two ports over here. Currently we just have one port, which you can just put it in and use it. So now let's talk about the software on this thing a little bit. So like I said before, the software itself acts kind of like there isn't a notch on this device at all. The mouse can kind of hide under it, which is pretty cool. And we do have like a lot of apps also, I think, act like there isn't a notch at all. Like the Notes app, when we open it, we have like a black bar over here kind of, and we can't even notice that there is a notch. So that's one thing which I really like actually. And then we have like a really cool, like I think they call it the genie animation, like the apps when we minimize it and all, and that is also very good in this one. But something that I do feel is a difficulty is moving on from Windows to this. Like there are like a lot of differences. Like instead of control we have command, and I do think that a lot of shortcuts might not work on this, but some of those shortcuts do work on this. Like instead of Control W, if you do like Command W, you can actually close a tab. So some of the features are similar in this one, but I think it's very different. And I think it's like a combination of an iPad and a Windows laptop maybe, and taking and giving a little more features. I think they are pretty similar. Like it is very similar to an iPad. Like it's literally almost like an iPad on a keyboard with a keyboard and trackpad, but it looks like that, but it definitely has a lot more features than that. But and it especially looks like an iPad when you're into this launch pad. It looks very much like an iPad, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot better than that. So the software optimization and the animations on this are actually very good. Okay, so I guess that is all for this one. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Until the next video. Goodbye.